They'll push these limited time offers or be like, only a few spots left.
It's like they're saying you'll miss the chance of a lifetime if you don't buy in at LE Day.
And it often means they care more about making a sale than giving you something that's truly valuable.
You know, it's really kind of wild how these fake guru types, they really nail how much we all just want results right away. Like yesterday, our world is so obsessed with overnight success stories that it's so easy to get sucked into the idea that there's a shortcut for everything.
Oh, totally. Like they're dangling these Lambos and private jets in front of us. But let's be real, the reality is usually a lot more. Well, normal. Here's the important thing though, right? Not everyone online is trying to pull a fast one on you. There are actually tons of amazing people who are sharing super valuable stuff and building real communities. The tricky part is sorting out who's who, you know? Yeah, I think one of the biggest giveaways is that real experts want to give you knowledge and skills that you can actually use. They're not just about the hype and the fast cash grab. It's more about teaching and building something that actually lasts.
So how do we dodge the hype? Like, how can we spot the people who maybe aren't as legit as they seem?
I think one big red flag is when there's this constant pressure or scarcity. They'll push these limited time offers or be like, only a few spots left. It's all to pressure you into buying before you've really thought it through.
Ugh, yeah, I've seen that. It's like they're saying you'll miss the chance of a lifetime if you don't buy in at LE Day. To be honest, when I see that kind of pressure, it just makes me want to out of there. It just feels so icky and manipulative, doesn't it?
It can be, definitely. And it often means they care more about making a sale than giving you something that's truly valuable.
Okay, so we're starting to see what to look out for with these fake guru types. But let's switch gears a bit. Let's talk about building a real, solid presence online. Lots of people, especially on YouTube, they dream of becoming huge, right? But what's the real story when it comes to making content and building an audience? Is it really all about going viral overnight?
That's a great question. And that's a big misconception, really. YouTube success is about way more than just one video that blows up. It's about consistency, putting in the work, and having the patience to see your channel grow over time.
So it's more like planting a tree than finding a pot of gold. You don't just toss seed in the dirt and expect a giant oak tree to sprout up the next day. It takes time, care, and consistent effort to grow something that really thrives.
That's a perfect analogy. You nurture it, you give it time, and it grows gradually. Same goes for building a following online. You got to be in it for the long haul. And it's not even just about how much time you put in, it's about the quality of that time, you know? Like, are you making stuff that actually helps your audience? Are you talking with them and building a community? Those things really matter.
So it's not just about pumping out videos or posts. It's more about making something that means something and connecting with people for real. Kind of makes you think about those fake gurus we were talking about, right? It's like they're so focused on making that sale that they totally miss the whole point of building actual relationships.
Absolutely. That's where being transparent comes in. Real experts are usually pretty open about their own journey. They'll talk about the tough times and the setbacks they've had. They're not afraid to show that they're human, you know, and that success isn't always a straight shot to the top.
So instead of trying to seem perfect all the time, they're okay with being real and showing their flaws to their audience. I like that. It makes them seem more relatable and trustworthy.
Exactly. They're not trying to sell you some fantasy. They're sharing what they've been through and what they know to help other people learn and grow.
That makes a lot of sense. So when we're trying to figure out who to trust online, who to learn from, it's important to look for people who are open about their journey, people who are willing to share the good and the bad.
Exactly. And another good sign is if they give you value up front, even if it's not connected to something they're selling. Do they share free content that's actually helpful? Do they answer questions and talk with their audience without expecting something back? Those are good signs that they actually care about helping others.
Yeah, like they're proving they know their stuff and building trust before they ask for anything in return. It's like offering a free sample before you buy the whole meal, right? It gives you a better idea of if you'll actually like it.
Yeah. And you know, speaking of liking what you do, I think that's a huge part of building a lasting presence online. If you're not into what you're doing, it's going to show. And it's going to be really hard to keep going and putting in the effort you need to succeed.
So it's not just about the end goal. It's about enjoying the journey too. That's something you hear a lot, but it's easy to forget when you're so busy trying to make things happen.
Oh, for sure. It's a balancing act. But if you're always chasing likes or followers or whatever, you're going to burn out before you get to where you want to be. It's way better to focus on making something you're proud of and enjoying the learning and growth along the way.
So what I'm hearing is that success online isn't all about numbers and algorithms. It's about making real connections, creating something meaningful, and actually enjoying what you're doing. Sounds way better than chasing money and empty promises, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. And that's something those fake guru types miss, you know? They're so busy selling the dream, they forget about all the work and dedication it actually takes to get there. It's not about hacks or magic formulas. It's about showing up, putting in the effort, and building something real.
Right, it all comes back to that tree analogy. You can't just wish for a giant oak to just poof appear overnight.
Yeah.
You got to plant that seed, take care of it, and be patient.
Exactly. It's a long game. And you got to believe not just in yourself, but in the whole process too. You got to trust that if you keep showing up, keep learning, keep creating, eventually things will work out.
So even if we hit a few fake guru bumps in the road, the important thing is to stay focused on our own path and trust the process. Easier said than done sometimes, huh?
Yeah, it takes practice for sure. And it's so important to remember that comparing yourself to others, it just steals your joy. You're on your own unique journey, right?
Yeah.
Don't get caught up in comparing yourself to others or feeling like you're not moving fast enough.
That's so true. It's easy to get sucked into those perfect highlight reels online and forget that everyone's journey is different. We all have our own timelines, our own struggles, and our own idea of what success even means.
Absolutely. That's why it's super important to really know yourself and figure out what success means to you. What are your values? What do you want to achieve? What makes you happy and feel fulfilled? Once you really get that, it's easier to tune out all the noise and focus on what really matters.
So it's not just about reaching some external marker of success. It's about living a life that feels real and fulfilling to you.
Exactly. It's about finding that spot where your passion, your purpose, and your hard work all come together. And when you find that, the journey itself becomes the reward.
I love that. So as we wrap up our deep dive today, what's the one thing you want our listeners to take away from all of this?
I'd say focus on building something real, something that lasts. Invest in yourself, connect with people authentically, and enjoy the ride. Real success is a marathon, not a sprint. And it's built on being real, being dedicated, and putting your whole heart into it.